Good evening, my impatiens. How are you doing? How art thou? So, I'm going to start off by sharing with you something that I find peculiar, something that I find a little suspicious, quite frankly. Something I find a little suspicious. So, I notice on Jeff Bezos's, if you don't know who Jeff Bezos is, he's the guy who is in charge of Amazon. I notice on his page, he has a photograph. On the right is the blue blazer, Owen Hart. And right here, look, there's a picture on his Instagram page of somebody doing something similar to that. Interestingly enough. I don't know. I mean, and then, obviously I got an idea of reference. It was related to me since I'm always talking about the blue blazer. And so I copied that pose today, where you see I copied the pose and I did the blue blazer pose, as you can see. So I don't know. I don't know if anybody thinks that's suspicious or not, or if there's anything noteworthy there. But somebody would say that predicate logic and ideas of reference. First off, Jeff Bezos, if he was even referencing the blue blazer, he would be referencing Owen Hart and his family, not me. There's no evidence, pharmacological abuse was premeditated. Jeff Bezos knew my family, cousins, aunts, uncles, step family, and so on. Just toggle the switch to off. This is delusions. This is somebody says, Andrew, cover the Elvis Presley song Suspicious Minds. Somebody says, Andrew, you have severe mental health issues. These are ideas of reference delusions, quite frankly. And, even if, it's not a reference to me, but even if it was, okay. So I'll go over the artwork today that I created in art class. So I say, I'll take you to Andrew Land, far from the real world, on my sailboat. And you see me, I'll take you on a magical adventure on my boat. What do you think of this one? And then there's this one. I said to my mother how I feel lied to, abused, and how she doesn't communicate. She gaslights. Mama said, stop trashing us. Love is shown. Talk is cheap. Look at all we do for you. I said, I realize my mom and stepfather do a lot for me, but she didn't address the issue. Is it true? Instead, she turned herself into the victim and invalidated how I felt. She didn't communicate. Somebody asks me, who else is at the art class? Well, there's other people there, but nobody there that you would, know. So he says, you really need a family therapy appointment. Yeah, I agree with you. Interestingly enough, we went to a family therapy appointment back in 2011. Me, my mother, my stepfather, and actually father too, Poppy. And I was delusional at the time. And, I confronted my father. I said, remember the Syosset firehouse and sexual abuse? And this didn't happen. There's no memory of it. And, it just got really uncomfortable. And I was probably in a psychiatric hospital soon after. But now in 2025, I realize my parents are. Somebody said, yeah, I would say my mother's a poor communicator. She leaves me to guess whether. And my father's a poor communicator too. Nobody really communicates with me. Nobody really talks to me. Somebody says, I bet the therapist from 2011 was having no. She actually said, how I wanted more of a connection with my father, more of a relationship with my father. The sexual abuse really means I want more of a relationship and a connection with him. And my father's like, "What the fuck are you talking about? He's delusional." And it was interesting. It was interesting. So I stopped putting on the hammer toe cushions, the corn cushions on my toe. Today was the first day I tried walking without like a toe condom and hammer cushions. And right now my toe is throbbing. Let's take a look at my toe. It's been a while. Do you think it looks like it's healing? Do you think my toe? This is the bad toe from a few months ago. Does it look like it's healing? So this is very. Does it? I guess it looks like it's healing. Kind of hurts today though. I mean, it used to be really bruised and damaged. So it says it looks like a toe. I think the running and walking really. It says it needs a trim. Where's my nail clipper? I think it's around here somewhere. I could go back to the podiatrist, but it says it looks infected. It used to be bruised and damaged. I'll show you a picture of the toe from a few months ago, if I could find it. Yeah, I don't know if I'll be finding this picture, but it was pretty bad. Let's see if I can find. One sec. Let's see if I can find the photograph. I have to scroll really far back. Far back on my Instagram. Okay, one sec, guys. I don't mean to give you dead air, but I post a lot, obviously. La 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 la. La 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 la. Okay, I'll share with you a photograph of my toe from a few. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Now let's go to paint. I'm sorry if I'm giving you guys dead air. Paint. I'm really doing some bootleg editing here. And I'm going to title it Toe. Okay, here we go. This is what my toe looked like back in November. As you can see, it was really bruised and damaged back then. And this is what my toe looks like now. This is what my toe looks like now. In June of, so I guess it looks better, but it still kind of throbs and hurts. So he says, you need to cut that toenail. It's getting too long. Yeah, my mother says I grow my, probably for most of my life up until moving in here in, 2019, 2020. I bit my nails, but as soon as getting distance from my mother, I stopped biting my nails. And now my mother, she calls it like Charles Manson nails because I just let my fingernails and toenails grow really long and I don't trim them very often. She says, it looks gross. She says, it looks like you look like fucking Charles Manson. I used to bite my finger and toenails, yeah, but I don't do that anymore. Now I just let them grow. I think it was an anxiety and OCD kind of thing, yeah. Erie's like, hey, Andrew, happy Pride. Happy Pride to you too, Erie. Happy Pride to you too. So some people say they're going to try to hook me up with a girlfriend. I hope you're able to find me somebody. I hope you're able to find me a real cutie, somebody who's petite, somebody who's like my soulmate. Somebody asks Erie, is she making amends with, Deborah for Pride Month? And let's see what Erie says. Erie says, hell no. Hell no. All right. I guess that answers the question. Hell no. So do you guys think I was pharmacologically abused? Do you think there's hidden realities when it comes to my mother and father and stepfather, and or do you think everybody's being honest and transparent with me? Erie says, well, yes. What do you think? Somebody says you're delusional and you need medication, Andrew. You're delusional and you need medication. So you don't think my mother was laughing at me behind my back with my step family and cousins, aunts, and uncles? So he says, perhaps the hidden reality is hiding behind the fridge. Erie says, well, sort of, kinda. You don't think they were laughing about how I was on a mega regimen of medication? Pizza Pasta says, your examples of your mother torturing you are your mother asking, do you want vegetables with your dinner? That's predicate logic and ideas of reference. She isn't calling me a vegetable mind. She's literally feeding me dinner. She isn't saying how she calls, hey, Gina, how you doing? Any luck on finding a cute lady in the Long Island, New York area who'd like to date me, or not really? No luck yet. Gina says, good. How am I doing? I'm doing all right. Gina says, not yet, but soon. Soon I'm going to have a cute girlfriend, a cute, sexy girlfriend. I'm going to be happy. I'm going to have a cute, sexy girlfriend, and I'm going to be happy. So he says, what happened to Lily's friend Kylie? I don't know. I haven't heard from Lily or Kylie in a while. Kylie, go potty. That's what my stepfather used to say. Kylie, go potty, Kylie. Erie says, we were all partying. Your stepsister and everybody. Like, they were all partying with Ralph Macchia, Billy Joel, Jeff Bezos, and so on. They were all partying, having the time of their Taylor Swift, Lady Gaga. They were all partying and excluding me. My cousins, aunts, uncles. Somebody says, Andrew, did you ever have a dream where you were in a garden with Dale? And Dale, your stepfather, said, Andrew, go potty. No. TB, I never had that dream. Andrew. Yeah, I mean, realize, you can suspect all kinds of things. Kind of like I suspected a lot of things about Jeff Bezos earlier in this live stream. But the truth is, don't come to feelings of conviction about what you suspect is true. Only believe things that you have firsthand evidence of and that is confirmed and corroborated by others. Chiba says she's back. Did she miss anything? No. Not really. All right. I guess I could hit. Anybody got any questions for me, or should I hit the old dusty trail? Well, what am I starting? What am I starting this mental health recovery group? I think that's going to be a good thing for me getting involved. June 23rd, so 2 weeks. I'm starting a mental health recovery group June 23rd. Actually, no, 3 weeks. Ooh, it's gonna be a while, but it's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. I'm gonna be going on Mondays and Wednesdays. TV says, when are you going to start the Lamictal? Well, I'm getting a psychiatric evaluation on July 7th, and we'll discuss medications. I'm not going to be going to Dr. Copland anymore. I'm going to be going to a program, and we'll see what the program says. They're going to get me involved in a mental health program. I think pizza pasta, I'm going to stick with the program, yes. This is maybe a switch would be good for you. Yeah, maybe. Maybe a switch would be good for me. Maybe I need to alter my medication. Erie says it's like Weight Watchers, but for severely mentally ill people. I'm going to drive there, yes. It's like Weight Watchers for severely mentally ill people. I guess I'll find out what it's like, whether or not I like it or not. I ate a lot today. I had 2 peanut butter sandwiches, 2 bananas, some chips, 3 hot dogs. I ran for 20 minutes. I walked for 40 minutes. Then I walked for 40 minutes. So I'm hungry. I want to eat, but maybe I should just kind of not eat. What would you do? Would you eat? Would you guys eat, or would you try to control your appetite? Because you can metaphorically eat. Maybe Giant Pickler says, "Control your appetite. Don't pig out." Kind of hungry though. I'm kind of hungry, but I had 3 hot dogs. I had 2 peanut butter sandwiches and 2 bananas. I ate a lot today. I think that's enough. Yeah, I'm thinking. Giant Picklider says, soon if you keep eating like you're eating, soon we're gonna have a fat saga, and you're not gonna like the fat saga. Nobody wants to get fat, so kind of control your appetite. So he says, you're gonna go from a. Oh no, my screen! Oh no! Oh wait, one sec. Okay, it's back on. I think it's the cable down here, the black cable. My screen went off. Erie says that was really lame. My screen went off, Erie. But it's back on now. Now I can see myself again. Oh. TV says, I like your Hawaiian shirt today. Thank you. I don't think the screen is actually going. I think it's the cable down here. I think it's the wire that is plugged into the screen. I keep kicking it, and the screen goes off. Gina's like, okay, okay. Blame it on the black cable. Okay, okay. No. It's a black electrical plug. Gina's like, I'm just joking. I'm not making a racial joke here. I'm literally saying I think the problem is a black electrical plug. I realize you're just joshing though. All right, guys. Maybe I'll hit the old dusty trail. I think I don't think I got a lot much more to say here. Is it bedtime? It's getting to be about bedtime. It's 6:40 p.m. Eastern time. It's getting to be about bedtime. Pizza Pasta says someone on Reddit was saying that Andrew is a member of. No, I'm not a member of anything. I'm a solitary dude. Peace out. Peace out, guys. Peace out. A lone wolf. Gina says, in case anybody didn't know, I want to make it clear. What do you want to make clear, Gina? Gina, what do you want to make clear? Gina's playing darts right now. Darts are fun. Darts are fun. Yes, yes. Should I go get White Castle? I'm hungry. I want to eat something. Oh, Jesus, are you really getting ready for bed? Not really. Maybe like in an hour. Erie says, can you really not eat junk food every 5 seconds? Yeah, I think that's the only pleasure I have in my life, just eating this junk food. Try to not eat some. Okay, that's a good point, Erie. Oh, I got to control my appetite. Because you need something healthy like a burrito from Taco Bell. Gina says, I wish there's a White Castle near me. Yeah, White Castle's pretty good. So, TBS, does your mother have a poor diet? To be honest with you, I don't really know what my mother's diet's like. I don't really see what she eats. I don't really know. I can't comment on what my mother eats, But White Castle is so good, that's for sure. Is she secretive about her eating? I'm not really sure. All right, guys, I'm going to hit the old dusty trail. Peace out, my impatience. Thanks for watching.